Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 103 of Survival of the Fitted. Chilling here with your boy Joe Williams, aka Ponytail Joe. For those who don't know, I'm rocking a ponytail today. We got none other than Ian Pierno in the building today, the man, the myth, the legend. How are you doing today, my guy?
Good. Joe, do you know what your hair reminds me of?
Talk to me.
Like when I see a guy playing basketball wearing your hairstyle, I'm like, okay, that guy was a running back in high school and he's 5'11", 200, and he's about to play pickup basketball like he's Giannis. Just like halfback dive every single play.
Yeah.
Like the only like I'm sorry, I probably don't know how to explain how your hair looks right now. It's not like a white people ponytail where, you know, like it droops down. It's the type that like goes up and like spreads out.
Yeah, they got me a little curly bun type vibe. I guess
for the
little
people
Jalen
trying
Green
to
vibe.
Yeah. Just like that for the people trying to visualize it. Like if you pull up to like the pickup court and a guy has his hair like that, just know that he's gonna put his fucking shoulder into you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wrap. Except I'm not gonna do that because I suck at basketball apparently now. But I feel you on that, homie. I feel you. You know what I'm saying?
You got it's a Zeke Elliott haircut.
Ezekiel Elliott, bro. They used to say I look like Ezekiel Elliott. I don't see it at all. I'm not gonna hold you. Don't see it, but
yeah, you have like a little bit more like despair in your eyes.
What does that even mean?
Nobody knows what it means.
Nobody knows what it means. It's provocative.
Gets people going. I have an idea.
But either way, talk to me.
I think, thank God. I think this is probably our last preseason podcast, right? We might have one more. But thank the Lord that the preseason is ending. Well, I really chewed on my vowels there. I sounded like Halsey circa like 2014.
Yeah.
You ever listen to like Halsey during like the Tumblr era?
Nah.
She'd be like,
was it missing out or
twiny? Like instead of being like tiny, like she just chewed on her vowels. She'd be like, twiny liquor bottles.
Goodness gracious.
You know what I mean?
Get it together, Halsey.
So thank the Lord. It's like where like each vowel is almost like its own syllable.
I feel you. It's kind of like when Drake used to stretch out his vowels when he like first started rapping.
Yeah.
Like all his O's and stuff.
So thank the Lord. But anyway, we got some gimmicky preseason content for you. I think we should both rank our top 3 best dressed teams in the league. And this is something we've done before. Like sometimes in the past, I've made cute little graphics. I've been like top ranked dressing teams in the NBA. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm not gonna lie, it's usually pretty easy.
Yeah. Pretty simple.
I started just looking, and I'm sure I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm gonna forget some teams, but I was looking through like some of the rosters, before we started recording this morning. Yeah. And I was like, damn, it's kind of tough. Like I think we can go in any direction.
Yeah. There's a lot of good dressed teams in the NBA nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Especially since all LeagueFits stars kind of don't play on the same team, so it's kind of one of them ones, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, let's chop it up real quick. I think I have my 3.
You have your 3 already?
I think so.
Somebody came prepared. Somebody did their homework.
You don't?
Well, you can go ahead and start it, and I'll kind of formulate it around.
I'll give my 3rd. You give your 3rd, 2-2, and then 1-1. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll start from the bottom.
Yeah. Well, that makes the most sense, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. To me, the 3rd best dressed team in the league. The answer to that question is
drumroll, please.
The Philadelphia 76ers.
Wow. Why only 3? I need to hear this.
You think they should be higher?
Well, to be honest, they're not on my 3, so I probably shouldn't be talking. But there's like, I feel like they're objectively higher than 3. I'm just kind of biased in my ways.
Okay. So like the stars of that team, LeagueFits wise, Tobias Harris, who's made some like all LeagueFits teams before. Yeah. PJ Tucker, who's like a perennial first team member. Montrezl Harrell, James Harden, and then Tyrese Maxey. So obviously PJ carries the team. Like superstar. Ironically, Alex Subers, who like he's like their team photographer, he's super good. He commented on one of our posts the other day. I was like, I think we have the best dressed team in the league. And I was like, okay, salute for thinking that. And then last night, Montrez wore a Queen Latifah shirt, and he was like, I'm the best dressed player on this team. And I can't think of anything more bold than being on the same team as PJ Tucker and then saying I'm the best dressed on the team. Respect the confidence, though. But anyway, so I think PJ and Tobias carry this team. I'm not like the biggest fan of like James Harden. I think he just wears like, I think he just wears like really, really, really expensive outfits. And this is kind of, it's like James Harden dresses like a rapper, right?
I feel you.
You remember when we used to make fun of rapper fashion all the time?
Yeah, I still kind of do.
Yeah. It's kind of like a similar vibe, but it's also like he's not a rapper, so that it makes it like kind of cooler, if that makes sense. Because he's not a rapper and dresses like a rapper, so he actually gets like a few points, not like a ton of points. So anyway, and the Sixers pictures are always so good. They take pictures in the parking lot, like in the rain, getting out of the car, shit like that, so they look good. So yeah, Tobias and PJ and James and Trez. That's my third.
That's your third. Okay, so for me, I don't really know if my third is as much based on strictly fashion as it is aesthetic. I just think the overall energy and vibe around this team is very cool. They have cool players. You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going with this. A lot of them are part-time basketball players on the roster. I got to say the Charlotte Hornets are the third best dressed team in the NBA.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is you got Kelly Oubre Jr. Proof is in the pudding.
You got to have like a bona fide star.
Yeah, and we talked about this, remember? You can't contend for a title if you don't have a bona fide star in your team.
Yeah.
This is that same thing, just in a different regard. You got Kelly Oubre Jr. on your team. You got LaMelo Ball, a lot of young energy. You got LiAngelo Ball, probably most touted player in the NBA if he's playing in the NBA. You got Terry Rozier on that team, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of cool players on that team. A lot of good energy on that team. Horrible pictures on their Twitter, but they made my third spot.
I was about to say, I had them contending for my top three, but they deep fry all their photos. Like it's like 2010.
Yeah. And ironically, Philly got the best, unless I'm tripping and I'm missing somebody. I think Philly got the best photos in the league when it comes to that. Yeah.
So, yeah. Hornets, fire, cool ass team. Terry and Kelly have both made first teams on LeagueFits before. I don't know if LaMelo dresses the best, but he kind of has like that James Harden effect where it's like so just ridiculous and expensive that it's kind of funny. And then LaMelo is also like 22 years old, which also makes it, even better because he's young and cool. So I hear that. The only reason they didn't make mine is because they deep fry their photos.
Dang, that was okay for sure. All right. Well, I was able to look past that, so they got my third spot.
Yeah. It's like, do you remember when Kawhi Leonard met Barack Obama?
Yeah. Twitter.
He deep fried the photo. Dude, Instagram was a wild place in like 2010. You were like XX Pro, and Valencia, and run that shit through Visco. Contrast saturation turned up all the way.
Yeah. And the picture is like a freaking pouring a glass of milk or something. It's not even something like insane.
Dude, Instagram used to be so fucking fun. It was so maximalist and minimalist at the same time, if that makes sense.
It was like Be Real. What Be Real originally planned, kind of, you know what I mean?
It kind of was.
Like Be Real is what Instagram was originally supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay. My number 2 team, I have the Utah Jazz.
Okay.
The Utah Webinyanas. Jordan Clarkson, that's your bona fide star. He's probably the best in the league. So you have the number 1 player in the league. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Jared Vanderbilt was a part of the Rudy Gobert trade. And then speaking of Rudy's, they also still have Rudy Gay.
Rudy Gay, yep.
Who's like smooth, got like kind of like that OG swag. Their pictures are usually pretty good. But I don't know that oh my God, I almost said threesome. That now why was the second word that came to my head? Thruple, not thruple. That 3-headed monster. There we go.
The big Jordan three, dog. The big three of Jordan Clarkson.
Big three. There we go. Big three. I was trying to think in my head. I was like, what did they call the Heat? What did they call the Heat? What did they call the Heat?
Yeah. You're good.
Anyway, Jordan Clarkson, Nickeil, Jared Vanderbilt. All guys, like realistically, they could have 3 guys on the first 2 LeagueFits teams this year. So gotta put them number 2.
That's true. Also, I hate to do this, but they are also my number 2 spot too. I probably should have interjected earlier. That way we could have just like exchanged like talking points on that. But
Yeah.
I agree with you on everything you say. For me, it was because Vando, obviously you got JC, you got Nikhil, Rudy Gay is cool.
Yep.
Vando was my second favorite player on my favorite team last year. So when they got rid of Vando, like a part of my heart broke. And then when he went to Utah, I was like, okay, he's on to better things fashion wise. So they're definitely making my second spot too. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I hope we don't have the same first team because that would suck. All right, for sure.
But there's an asterisk on mine.
Okay, so let me hear it.
The Phoenix Suns, if Frank Jackson makes the roster.
Okay, so the if is Frank Jackson.
Is Frank Jackson makes the roster. Is if you have like Frank Jackson on the roster, you have like 3 of like the top 7 best dressed dudes in the league. Like no debate.
In Devin Booker, Frank Jackson, and
Chris Paul. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they also have Cameron Payne, who's usually pretty chill during the regular season, but has a tendency to dig deep into the closet once the playoffs begin.
Yeah. How do you feel about Deandre Aiden? I feel like a lot of people like he's like a 7-footer that'd be quote unquote stepping, but I never really see it. Not to like spew negativity here, but
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's hard for like a 7-footer to step like that.
Positive vibes only, but yeah, it's hard for a 7-footer to step.
Unless you're KD or something.
Yeah, I didn't really include him in my like point allocation process. He did go to Fashion Week. He went to the Puma show.
That's what I'm saying. Come on now. But either way.
Yeah, so Suns, but Frank Jackson has to make the roster. And if he doesn't make the roster, then I bump up the Jazz to 1, the Sixers to 2, and then I probably go with Brooklyn at 3. Which would be
Brooklyn has a really cool aesthetic. I'm not going to hold you.
See, that's both of us have kind of got an aesthetic space for this. Like their pictures are cool. David Duke Jr. wears all black in the black tunnel. Kyrie,
got a black and white color scheme on their team. It just all matches.
It's sick. Kyrie, like he actually dresses cool. Like, and now we're gonna get 82 games of it. They added Royce O'Neal, who's always smooth in Utah. Kevin Durant does his thing, and then Ben Simmons is gonna Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons is finna Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
you know what the vibes are.
So we'll say Suns with an asterisk, then the Jazz, then the Sixers, and then Nets honorable mention.
What would you call, before I give my first best dress in the league, what would you call that style that like kind of Frank Jackson and I guess in a way also Devin Booker kind of dress? Would you say it's like minimalist?
I wouldn't call
because there's really not too many. I don't know.
I wouldn't call Book and Frank the same style though.
I feel like they dress synonymous in a way. You don't think so?
I think like Book is like streetwear minimalist. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Streetwear though?
Yeah, Dickies, Chucks, and T-shirts.
That's more like workwear to me.
Yeah, workwear. I mean, you could say that. I'm with that. We'll say workwear.
I feel like, I guess, never mind. Maybe it was just because I feel maybe they both would wear like hard bottom shoes and like baggy. I don't know. Either way, I just think they both kind of like, I kind of section them both in like the same fashion realm, if that makes sense.
Dude, Frank is next level. I honestly,
I really love Frank Jackson's style, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I have like 3. Let me not say. I have like 3 fashion inspirations. Frank Jackson is probably on that 3rd list now. He's
Wait,
like
who are the others
on that list? So Charles Metcalf, he's like a pastor for Transformation Church. I'm pretty sure him and Frank Jackson are like really cool friends.
Yeah,
like they're like, I didn't even know they were like cool friends like that. But either way, that dude is swaggy as heck. So he's probably like my 2nd or my 3rd. And his tattoos are sick too. Frank Jackson, I don't think he has tattoos, but still cool, still dresses cool. Frank Jackson on that list. And then the 3rd interchangeable one was like, it's either like D'Angelo Russell or like Dominic Fike. And like Dominic Fike doesn't even dress cool, but he just has like a really cool aesthetic to him that I like try to mimic, but
mine
may or may not be working.
Is probably Joel Osteen. That's probably it.
That's it?
That's it.
Bro, don't clown me, bro. I'm gonna send you some Charles Metcalf fits and you're gonna be like, damn, this dude's swaggy. Like, we're gonna see.
Put me on game, bro.
Bro, he be hanging out with Frank Jackson. You know he dressed the same. Like they're both like swaggy like that. But All right, so here's the grand reveal, guys. My
All right,
number
number
one best dressed NBA team in the
No,
league.
Nobody's
No
about to be
surprise here.
surprised here.
Minnesota Timberwolves, dog. I was watching the game last night. We just almost completed a full, you know what I'm saying, undefeated preseason. Beat LeBron James twice on TV. That's pretty cold. But yeah, guys, what more do we need to say?
Break down the
We got
roster.
D'Angelo Russell on the roster. Dude's a killer.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns. I know Ian doesn't like his fashion, but I think he pulls off like a lot of cool outfits.
He's
he had a really
improved,
cool
though.
earring on the other night.
Karl Anthony Towns,
really
he was on the
cool-
most improved ballot last year and could fuck around and probably get on it again this year.
Yeah, he has a really cool, like, he just has his moments. Like, he wore this, like, every time he's sidelined, he tends to, like, wild out. Like, he had this, like, crazy dangling earring the other night when they were playing the Lakers.
Yeah.
Super cool outfit on last night. I just feel like he's a little slept on. But, yeah, I got Karl on there. Then I got Austin Rivers on there, bro. Friend of the pod. I think he was, like, the first or second guest we've ever had on this
Austin was
podcast.
the first guest ever. And
First guest ever.
He told the story about the fan that kept sending him panties in the mail.
It was underwear. I thought it was, I don't know why I thought it was sandals, but I
No,
was
it
like,
was
was it underwear or
panties.
sandals? But yeah, Austin Rivers, I think he's cool, bro. Cool tattoos, dope aesthetic.
Cool
They
ass
got
dude.
a lot of cool dude overall.
Dude, like, some people are low key like kind of dicks about Austin Rivers, but like has a fire ass hoop mixtape, has a fire game winning
Probably
shot
the
over
best.
UNC, dresses
Yeah.
cool, and he's just like funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Like
great
not
personality.
problematic. Like Austin Rivers is cool.
We got to have him on the podcast again, bro.
Yeah,
We're better podcasters now than we were in freaking spring of 2021. I'm sure it'd be a better
I'd
episode.
be thinking that too. I'm like, fuck, I wish we could have all these people back on the pod again.
I'm sure we could spin the block sometime soon. But
probably.
either way, Austin Rivers on there. Also want to give a shout out to Nas Reed. I'm pretty sure he was on like the OG Jelly Fam team. But Nas Reed,
Yeah.
cold dresser. You know what I'm saying? If you like that little, what is it, Repop vintage t-shirts they be doing with the whatever. But I'm a fan. Nas Reed cold. Overall, that whole team is cold. I think they're the best dressed team in the league, Minnesota Timberwolves.
They have Ultra Drip.
Oh, and now they got like their monograms on the bottom of the photo, so you could just clean crop them off. Woo, it's a
I saw
better
that.
day.
I saw that.
It's a
too.
better day.
Oh, we didn't even bring up Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards, funny.
When he
funny
dresses,
guy. I
he
don't even think
dresses.
he'd be
I
stepping
thought
like that,
his.
though.
Sorry, not to interrupt you. I thought his outfit the other night against the Lakers, which I saw you posted, was the best outfit he's ever worn.
The brown joint, where he was wearing like the brown top. And the
Yeah,
brown
it was
pants.
kind of like, it wasn't even like a cardigan. I think it was just like a pull over. It was like just on his shoulders, but it looked so good.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards is cool. Movie star, come on now.
Yeah, he's a
Talk to
movie
me
star
nice.
now.
Man's a movie star.
I think maybe this is
Self-proclaimed Black
the year.
Jesus. Like,
I think
don't
this
know.
is the year like his fashion matures a little bit. Is most rookies usually generally never dress well unless you're like. Last year was kind of an exception because we had Jalen Green, Josh Christopher, and David Duke Jr. in like a really rare rookie class. But usually, the rookies get in, they have money for the first time, they all dress kind of dumb. So anyway, I think like this is the year Anthony Edwards like kicks it into the next level.
he's gonna take a big step.
Big stepper.
Big stepper. Probably on and off the court. You might mess around and make an all-star team this year. I'm not gonna hold you. But
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's super in play.
I'm more surprised that like now that you're bringing up Jalen in them, like how they weren't on our top three. Because I
Oh, the
hate to do the
Rockets?
negativity, but it's crazy how like they have the cool. I think they have cooler players in Charlotte. Like they have Jalen, Kevin Porter Jr., Josh Christopher,
And their
you know what I'm
their
saying?
tunnel is
Kenyon.
hard.
Like their tunnel is cool, but I just feel like they never like. I don't know. It's weird. Like I just was maybe my expectation is like the thief of joy in this certain like situation, but I'm just like, man, like I thought they'd be like stepping way more than they are.
There were years where the Rockets just ran LeagueFits because they had Harden, Tucker, and like some combination of Russell Westbrook or Chris Paul.
Yeah,
The rest of this Rockets roster isn't. I'm just pulled up right now. Isn't really. Willie Cauley-Stein dresses up a little bit.
Willie Cauley-Stein is on the Rockets.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Oh wow.
And he's making $4.1 million, not to pocket watch.
Yeah, no need for that. But
Damn.
either way,
Damn, Eric
Willie
Gordon makes
Cauley-Stein.
$19 million a year. Derek Favors makes $10.1 million.
guys, if you want to know more about the business of the league, feel free to tune into the league. But like, bro, no need to pocket watch.
Stop teasing it. It hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, my bad. That's funny.
But yeah, not to pocket watch, but wow, damn, NBA players make so much fucking money.
But that tax be killing though. That tax
Yeah,
be killing.
brother.
They ran through.
They
I seen
still
this, like,
making more money than us, my friend.
No, I mean 100%, of course. But I seen this like financial advisor run through Kyrie Irving's current contract, and it was like, man, he's like, yeah, when you factor in this tax in Brooklyn and this tax, he's coming away with. I'm like, bro, they took like 65% of that man's money.
Did you see
Like,
Tyreek Hill, the football player? I guess this summer he was between signing with the Jets and the Miami Dolphins. He signed with the Dolphins, and someone like asked him, they're like, hey, what was the reason you ended up picking the Dolphins over the Jets? Expecting him to be like, the coaching staff, or I love the quarterback. And I think he literally just said he was like state income tax.
State tax.
Yeah.
Flirting, yeah. That's the wave right there.
That's some adult shit right here that we're talking about.
Also, living in Miami seems a lot more promising than living in New York. No disrespect to New York. I'd rather live in Miami.
It's so humid. I'd rather just live in Los Angeles. West Coast me or nothing.
Okay.
Give me the Bay, give me here, give me Seattle, whatever.
I gotta go to Seattle, bro. I feel like I love Seattle. And Seattle's I kind of like the rain.
You know, that's where
maybe
I live,
not
right?
too much of it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Does you have like a Seattle tattoo or something like that?
Yeah, on my finger.
Some sort of.
I have a Space Needle.
Yeah, Seattle seems kind of cool.
Yeah. I want to get a Mariners logo done too.
Are you that Seattled out though? Like, how long were you there for you to be having 2 tattoos of Seattle? We're going to make that distinction right now live on the podcast. If you're allowed to.
Not that long, but I have like 60 tattoos. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Okay, whatever. Okay,
I used to go to Mariners games growing up all the time. Ichiro is like my first favorite athlete.
All right. Didn't that one dude used to play for the Mariners? Like, the kid, what's his name? Ken Griffey Jr.?
Griffey. Yeah. That was before my time though.
Dude, dope. All right. Blink-182 is back in business. Some of you guys probably... great transition. Blink-182, the inner pop punk is just alive. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about this?
So, you know that my parents were like big music people. So I was going to concerts and shit like all the time when I was like 6 months old and shit. It's why I have like fucked up hearing loss now, even though sometimes they'd put earmuffs on me. But the first concert I actually remember going to was Blink-182 with Jimmy Eat World and Sum 41 at the Gorge, which is actually in Seattle. I'm going to send you a picture of the venue afterwards. It's literally the most beautiful music venue in the world. And so, yeah, anyway, Blink got back together. It happened this weekend while my parents were in town. And like my mom was already like scouring the internet for pre-sale codes, figuring out how to like get us tickets. And I don't think my mom has been to like
a concert.
Actually, no, that's not true. My mom goes to concerts still all the time, but not like a concert like that. So yeah, I don't know. This is like, I'm trying to think of like a metaphor to say like a really good day. Like this is like, I don't know, bro. This is like for like me with my background. And I know this is lame as fuck. Fuck all of y'all. But this is like my Super Bowl, bro. I used to be in the bus at like 10 years old, like going to school with like my headphones in, listening to like Adam's song and I Miss You on repeat. It's like forehead pressed against the window, looking outside into the rain.
Was it raining in Seattle? Or
yeah, just like thinking about how like, you know, I'm like nobody understands me and I'm so misunderstood. And like, yeah, anyway, this is a big deal for me. It's
a big deal in the culture, you know. I just wanted to mention it one time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
nostalgia's back.
Nostalgia is back.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Tom DeLonge found the aliens he was looking for. Tom DeLonge really left Blink-182. I don't know if you know this, but Tom DeLonge left Blink-182 to prove that aliens existed. And Tom DeLonge directly got the US government to admit that UFOs are real.
Did he really? I didn't know about that second part.
Yeah, he did it. Like he did exactly what he said he was going to do.
Damn, that's actually insane.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna lie, I heard about like stories of like, I think the Joe Rogan podcast or something like that. They had like Travis Barker on there, and he was like, "Yeah, sometimes I'll call Tom and be like, hey man, what are you doing?" And then he'll be like, "Oh," like he'll call Travis, and Travis is like, "Oh, I'm going to the studio tomorrow." I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, I'm actually on my way to the White House." And he's like, "Whoa, what the heck?" So like, it's insane that he actually did it. He got them to admit it. That's
he did
pretty insane
exactly what he
stuff.
said he was going to do. I salute it.
Yeah, dope.
All right, man.
All right.
See y'all Wednesday. Maybe Tuesday. Maybe we'll record Monday, drop Tuesday.
Who knows? Either way, it's been another installment of Survival of the Fitted. Shout out
And
to Chrome Hearts.
Neither of us wore Chrome Hearts.
And
vibes.
shout out to all of Ian's ex-girlfriends who will be sitting behind a glass at his wedding.
Yeah, we were talking about this before we got on.
Yeah.
Because we wedding talk now ever since Kurt came on the pod. But yeah, I decided for my wedding, I'm only going to invite Joe and all my ex-girlfriends. And you'll stand behind me like groomsmen or whatever, and then all my ex-girlfriends will have to sit behind glass like it's a hockey game.
That's an amazing, brilliant idea. Never heard that one before.
Yeah, thank you. I just came up with it.
As one does.
Okay.
As one does.
Peace, y'all.
On the ground till my heart stop beating. Y'all little boys made me change my demeanor. Too much drip on the ground, I can't see it. Stepping out again.